Hello, Erica here, and today I wanted to talk about some books that are not yet published. These are kind of my most anticipated releases right now from January to March of 2017. So I have some books I'm really excited about in 2017, even further down the long line, but I'm hoping to do one of these videos roughly every 3 months or so that they don't turn into really long, rambly messes. So let's talk about some books that are going to be published in the next 3 months that I am super excited about. Just so you know, all of the release dates here are for the US releases, so if you live in another country, you might want to do some research because it might not have the same release date as it does in the US. Could already be out in your country, who knows. The first one I want to talk about is Difficult Women by Roxane Gay. This will be published on January 3rd, and it is a collection of short stories from Roxane Gay. For those of you who don't know, Roxane Gay is the author of Bad Feminist, which is a really popular collection of essays here on YouTube, as well as the novel An Untamed State, and I cannot wait to get a hold of her short stories, so I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know much about her short stories, I'm just really excited about them. On January 10th, a collection of stories called Always Happy Hour by Mary Miller is going to be published. I cannot wait for this book because the description of it made me so excited. It's totally the kind of thing that I want to read. It says that the characters are lusty, lazy, and hard drinking, and that the book is full of women seeking understanding in the most unlikely of places. So I can't wait to read these short stories. I like kind of gritty, realistic short stories, and I'm really excited about it. I've never read anything by Mary Miller. I'm not even sure that I've heard of her, so might be a debut book. I have no idea. I didn't do my research. The next release I'm super excited about is Home, which is the second book in the Binti series by Nnedi Okorafor. So that is a novella series about a young girl who leaves her home planet to go to a prestigious university and kind of is coming to terms with the culture in which she was raised in and embracing her culture while being surrounded by different kind of species and different people from different backgrounds. It's really fascinating. It's a cool sci-fi series. And so I'm super looking forward to the next book to come out. A bunch of things come out on February 7th. One of them being Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, which is Neil Gaiman's kind of take on the traditional Norse mythology. So it's a collection of stories, I believe, about different Norse gods, but there's like an overarching plot line as well to it, and I'm really excited. I like Neil Gaiman, and I think that he probably knows a lot about mythology because a lot of his books are very steeped in mythology, so I can't wait to read this because I know nothing about Norse mythology. Also on February 7th, Cameron Hurley will publish The Stars Are Legion, which I am super excited about. This is a sci-fi release, and it is all I know about it, because I don't want to spoil myself for it, but all I know about it is that it is kind of a space opera, and all of the crews on the spaceships are entirely female. So, cannot wait for that. Cameron Hurley is badass, and it's going to be amazing. Also on February 7th, Pachenko by Min-Jin Lee comes out. This is a family saga about a Korean family that begins in the 1900s and follows the family onward. That's all I know about it. All you have to tell me is family saga. I especially enjoy family sagas set in cultures not my own, so I'm very excited about that. On February 14th, on Valentine's Day, we're getting a lot of lovely presents. The first one being Lincoln and the Bardo, which is George Saunders' new novel, which is amazing because I love George Saunders' short fiction. This is his first novel. I actually have an advanced release copy of this, so I'll be reading it and reviewing it a little bit closer to when it's going to be coming out, but I very high expectations for it. As with most George Saunders, it's apparently unlike anything you've ever read. It's very weird. It takes place over the course of one night when Abraham Lincoln goes to visit the grave of his dead son, and is apparently full of ghosts and weird happenings, and I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon about this book. On February 14th, there's going to be a collection of poetry release that I'm also really excited about. It's called There Are More Beautiful Things Than Beyonc, and it is by Morgan Parker. Again, it's poetry. It's apparently going to explore kind of Black America and pop culture as it is right now. That kind of reminds me a little bit of Citizen by Claudia Rankine, although I think that is very political and this is going to be very pop culture. I don't know because I haven't read it yet, but read the description, was like, yes, I need it. So I'm very excited about that. On February 24th, Ruth Hogan's book, The Keeper of Lost Things, comes out. This has gotten a little bit of attention already. I think it's going to be a very feel-good, warm and fuzzy kind of adult fiction novel, but it sounds really intriguing to me. It's about a character named Anthony who, after his fiance dies on the same day that he loses a very important keepsake of hers, he becomes obsessed with kind of collecting things that people have lost or left behind or misplaced. And I believe that there are some other characters with kind of interweaving storylines in there, but I'm just very fascinated by this one character. So I'm looking forward to that. And on the same day, so February 24th, we're getting another collection of stories that I'm really looking forward to. That is Things We Lost in the Fire. It is by Mariana Enriquez. And all I know about these stories is that she has been compared to Shirley Jackson and Julio Cortázar, and that Kelly Link has called her stories unsettling, which, as the New York Times pointed out, if Kelly Link is saying that your stories are unsettling, that's crazy. They've got to be good. So I'm really excited about that as well. How many times can I say really excited in this video? Should I keep a running tally down below? And there are 3 books that are coming out in March that I'm really looking forward to. The first one is Comanche Aka, and that's by Diego Zuniga and is translated from the Spanish by Megan McDowell. So this book is already out with English translation. It's coming to the US on March 7th. And this is about a family that travels across Chile and kind of deals with their grief and their complicated relationships. Again, family stories, family dramas, I love it. So I'm really excited about that. The Impossible Fairy Tale by Han Yu-ju also is going to be published on March 7th. And this one I have to redo the blurb of because it's insane. It is the story of 2 very different girls in grade school. And the blurb says, at school, their fellow students, whether lucky or luckless or unlucky, seem consumed by an almost murderous rage. Adults are nearly invisible, and the society the children create on their own is marked by cruelty and soul-crushing hierarchies. Then, one day, the child sneaks into the classroom after hours and adds ominous sentences to her classroom's notebooks. This sinister but initially inconsequential act unlocks a series of events that end in horrible violence. So, crazy children, all about that. Horrible violence, yeah, sometimes about that. It just sounds so weird and wonderful. I can't wait. I cannot wait for this book. It's one of my most anticipated releases very easily. And the last book I want to talk about is going to be published on March 14th, and that is New York 2140 by Kim Stanley Robinson, who writes sci-fi. I haven't read any of her books yet, but all of them really intrigue me. And this one in particular is set in a futuristic New York, by the title, in 2140, where the streets have basically been filled with water and have been turned into canals. That is all I know, but it sounds cool, so I'm really excited about it. So those are some books that I'm really excited about that are going to come out between January and March. I'm sure that there will be others that I haven't even thought of or heard of yet that I will also love. If you have anything that you're really excited about that's going to be published soon, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions or want to talk about any of these books, even though I haven't read them yet, we can do that too. Thanks so much for watching. Merry Vlogmas. Bye.